capital is more important than making money. And you want to lock in your trades, and you also want to protect your downside at the same time. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another edition of AmericanDreamTrading.com's live futures education and training program. This is an outreach of AmericanDreamTrading.com, which is owned by and created by Chad Christian, who we call Coach. And we call him Coach because he educates us and trains us each and every day on how to navigate the muddy waters of everything in the stock markets, whether it's trading shares, stock options, futures, crypto, you name it. Long-term investing, short-term investing, swing trading, day trading, dividend investments, you name it. If it can be traded or looked at, he teaches us how to do that. I welcome you here today. My name is Mark McSee. I'm glad you could be here today. I'm one of the moderators with AmericanDreamTrading.com, and I'm your host here each and every day, Monday through Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. If you will do me a favor, if this is your first time here, if you will click subscribe, like, notify, and share this live feed, that would be greatly appreciated. For those of you that are on TikTok, if this is the only account that you follow us through, go over to YouTube, subscribe over there. That way you have a backup account in case something happens to TikTok. Those of you that are on YouTube or Facebook or any of the other ones, go to one of the other social medias also and subscribe. That way you have a backup plan also. Always have a backup plan. You don't want to miss anything from AmericanDreamTrading.com. However, if you would happen to miss a daily broadcast at the conclusion of this broadcast and every other one of our live broadcasts, it's available for immediate review over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. So you can go over there and rewatch these videos. And also, there's over 2,000 educational videos that you can go over there and watch at your own leisure. So thank you for being here today. What we try to do is give you a little bit of education on all things related to futures and how this works in case you've never been able to experience futures on your own, and how that works and how it's a little bit different than trading stocks or stock options or crypto. So, and if you have any questions at any time, feel free to type them in your social media chat box there, and we'll do our best to try to answer those live for you as time allows. Yeah, I see Waffle popping in over there, and Harry and Cardo, and over there on TikTok. Glad to have you all here with us today. Make sure you hit that heart button. Let's try to get those likes up to let's shoot for 5,000 today. So smash them likes, get it up there to, let's go with 5,000. Over there on YouTube, same thing for you over there. Let's start smacking them those likes over there, and make sure while you're at it, then go over there. Oh, Waffle says Mark's my favorite American. Oh, you're my favorite Canadian, there, Waffle. Oh wait, you're the only Canadian I know. Oh, that's why. Anyway, yes, he's from up north, and he is a member, and he trades with us each and every day. And he's watching live futures on TikTok today. Anyway, glad you could be here today. If you have any questions, type them in the chat box, and we'll answer them that way. We had another training session for 2 hours before we went live with our paid futures members, and we do that each and every day, Monday through Friday. One of the benefits of a paid membership is that our members have access to an open mic. They can open their mics and ask a question at any time or make comments. And if they're a little mic shy, they don't like talking in the mic, we also, through our live Zoom call, there is a live Zoom chat that they can type their question in, just like you can on your social media platforms. So we get in some good discussions. I learned a couple things myself today. So it was quite kind of very interesting. So we have a wide range of knowledge in these rooms, and some people do things a certain way, and they share their experiences and how things work out for them, and we all learn and grow from it together. So if you aren't learning something new every day, it's a wasted day. So make sure you try to learn something new. And if you haven't learned anything new today, maybe we can help that today. So maybe we'll be able to talk about something that you may learn from. As a disclaimer, neither I or anyone else associated with AmericanDreamTrading.com are licensed financial advisors, and we can never give you financial investment or tax advice at any time. Everything that comes out of my pie hole or you see on my screen is for educational purposes only. So thank you. So no, I can't tell you what to do with your crypto or whether you should jump into the S&P 500 right now or should you sell right now. That is something that you have to make your own decisions on. So, and we usually get questions like that every day. So yes, we cannot offer that type of experience. Now you can see what I'm doing here. I try to demonstrate, and what you do see on my screen is a simulator account. Happens to be TradingView. I use Webull personally as my broker. You can use any broker you like, but I can actually link my Webull account and trade within this TradingView, which is a independent software that has nothing to do with American Dream Trading. This is one of the most widely used software charting packages in the world. It's very popular with investors of all types. It is a subscription-based product. You can go over to tradingview.com and check that out, and I think they have 3 different packages. Oh, I will mention, I know one of our members posted right now they're having a Valentine's Day sale for 70% off, up to 70% off a subscription to TradingView. Now, of course, that is based on paying annually. You would save that much. So, but go over there. Again, I don't make a dime whether you go buy it or not. It doesn't matter to me. I highly encourage it. I like it a lot myself personally. There's a lot of flexibility in what you can do as charting and doing indicators and all kinds of different things on there to help you make decisions to make a better trade. So if you want to check that out, go over there right now. Usually they run this big sale like this on Black Friday. They always have a Black Friday sale, and they usually do it 2 to 3 times a year max. So if you can grab that 70% off, if you've been on there, I'd highly encourage you to go check it out. Again, American Dream Trading is not associated with them in any way, so you do whatever you want. But your individual broker that you put your money with will also have a simulated account, right? Webull offers one, TOS offers, they all do, right? And the purpose of a simulated account is so that you can learn the software, how to get in and out of a trade. There's multiple ways of doing that. How to draw lines on your chart, how to put indicators on, whatever you want to put on your charts. It gives you a chance to do that without risking any money. And that's how we do things at AmericanDreamTrading.com. Whenever you first join, we want you to not come with any money. It costs you nothing to learn. You can watch these free lives whenever you want. We are live 3 times a day. Coach is live himself from 9 to 11 daily Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. And again, I'm live from 2 to 4 Eastern. And then we have our aftermarket show with Dawn starting at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, tonight's show on the aftermarket will probably be delayed a little bit, maybe a half an hour to an hour, as we have coaches putting on a special training class for the paid members that have purchased it. So we'll all be in that starting at 4:30 Eastern tonight. So don't freak out if the aftermarket show doesn't start right at 5. I would guess probably not. If it is on tonight, it won't be until after 5:30 p.m. So I don't know that as a fact, but I'm going to guess that Don will be there also. So that show may start on a severe delay tonight. But anyway, it starts at 5 p.m. Eastern Time on any other normal day. So if you go there and it's not there, don't freak out. We're all in a class because we're getting education as part of our paid memberships. So I'm looking forward to it. Coach is putting that class on himself. Other classes, sometimes we have our moderators put them on. Tonight's coach, he's up. He'll be training us for an hour live on a Zoom call. So that's exciting. I'm looking really forward to it. I learn something new every time he opens his mouth. Coach has been in this business for 33 years. American Dream Trading's been in business for about 4.5 years as a legal corporation, and he's been going live for over 2.5 years each and every day. So, we're here to stay. Been here a long time, and we will continue to do that. We are American Dream Trading. I am speaking of .com is an educational program. We are not a call-out group. We do not will ever tell you to buy XYZ Corporation and sell XYZ Corporation. We want to educate you to be able to make those decisions on your own. If you get on the internet and on social medias, all of them, there's 1,000 people on there calling out stocks. Does that work? Not really. Yeah, you may get some good hits occasionally, but in the long term, what did you learn, right? You're listening to somebody, some guy or some gal calling out, buy XYZ, okay, sell XYZ. You didn't learn anything about trading, right? We want you to be educated to learn how to know when to enter a trade, know when to exit a trade, right? Learn the different strategies involved in each particular type of investment vehicle. What candles mean? What does these patterns mean, right? What do the indicators tell you? We want to give you a skill that nobody can take away from you ever. And I've said this many times. I've been with American Dream Trading for over 2 years now, and this is my full-time vocation. This is how I make my money. This is how I pay my bills. If I don't do this, make money, consistently, then I can't pay my bills. And the electric company's going to be standing on my porch saying, "Hey, where's my money?" Right? So I have acquired a skill over those last 2 years that if American Dream Trading would cease to exist, that I can still carry this on the same way every day like I am doing now. Would I be sad and upset if he left? Yeah, definitely. Uh, and it's because I learn new things each and every day from Coach and everybody else that's in the community. Everybody comes here for the training and education, but because of our community, they end up staying. We literally have people that come in here every day, and they may not be trading, but they'll stay in here for the community and learn things, right? And they may not even be trading that day. So it's well worth it. The price, the community that's here, you can't even put a dollar value on it. It's such a great community. And if you've listened to any of the lives with Coach, you hear the interactions and things. So it's something that's unparalleled out there on the internet. There's nothing out there quite like what we do here. So we do try to educate you so that you develop a skill that no matter what, nobody can take it away from you, and it'll last a lifetime, right? You can go learn sports and go learn, say, or play football or play gymnastics or do gymnastics and all that, but let's face it, there is a lifeline on doing that, right? Eventually you get too old, or if you're in football, you get too beat up and break too many things, get tore up. You know, that that specialty that you learned how to do ceases to exist, right? It comes a point where you can't play football. Even the professionals come to a point in their life and an age that they can't do it anymore, right? Gymnastics is only so many years old you can do that, right? Now, again, the sportsmanship type of thing, that teaches valuable lessons that way, right? But the actual participation has a lifeline. There's an expiration date on that. Um, Unlike other skills that you can acquire, trade skills, learning how to day trade and how to invest your money wisely and understand how the markets move and how that affects your trading. That is a skill that you can do till you go to your grave. If you can see and click a mouse, you can do this, right? So there's not really many things in this world will limit you on doing day trading or investing in the markets. So obviously you have to have some vision, right? Be able to see, right, and be able to move your hand to click your mouse. But that's pretty much the only limitations there are. So it's this great skill to acquire, whether you want to do it full time or part time. We have a lot of members of American Dream Trading that still work 9 to 5 jobs. They kind of do this part time to put some extra money in their pockets. And they may get to the point where, like me, they make enough money you don't have to go to that 9 to 5 job anymore. I do this full time. I don't punch a time clock, and I haven't for over 2 years now. It's probably the best decision I ever made. It wasn't easy, but uh, I'm glad I learned, and I learn something new every single day. It's exciting. Um, I live and breathe American Dream Trading. Obviously, I love our community. I love day trading. I love the excitement of it, right? And it is exciting when you make money, especially if you make a lot of money in a short period of time. That's really exciting. But I don't get that excited about that much anymore like I used to, because it's just as I grow in my education and experience, it's a more common thing of having good trades than it is having bad trades. But I had a lot of bad trades today. Last night, I trade a lot at night. Uh, got into silver, and got my face ripped off a couple times, but I also made a lot of money off of that also. But I got to the point where it was just getting a little too choppy, and I was trying to make trades, and I realized, okay, it's time to stop doing that. So I got out of that and called it a night, and did the same thing this morning. Had some good trades this morning too. So, and I had a couple red trades in there. Every trade is not going to be successful. That's just the nature of this business. There's things that you can control, and there's things that you cannot control, such as people coming in and suddenly dumping large orders in, right? Buying or selling of large orders, which can cause the market to there or what you're trading to go the opposite direction that you're in, or somebody getting on TV and talking all of a sudden that you weren't expecting, and the market suddenly moves according to what that person is saying. So, but I don't get upset about losing. I mean, I don't like losing money. I don't like losing $10, but I don't get as upset about the unforeseen things as I do when I do things that I know I shouldn't do, right? And I do dumb things, as I call it, right? I knew better, but I did it anyway, right? I was trying to make a trade into something that it was not, when clearly my chart was telling me not to trade that. Those are the things that I'm hardest on my own self for doing, and I try not to repeat those things. But you know, it still happens. So with time and experience, those things get less and less and less, and your account grows a lot better as you get more education and more training and experience. Experience is the only thing we can't give you. We can give you the education through time, right? But we can't make you follow coach's rules. We can't make you not click your mouse button when you're not supposed to, right? So, or if you're trading on your phone, right, clicking buttons with thumbs, right? So, anyway, there's a lot of things that goes into this, and what you see on my screen here is my trading view that I use to chart with, and I also trade through this. So, I have all my charts here. I got lines on my charts. I have indicators here, so I can make decisions whether I want to trade something or not. I have multiple windows open here. It just makes it easier for me to click. There's different ways to open charts. ES is the S&P 500. So there's all kinds of things you can trade in the futures market. You can trade the indices like the S&P 500, the Nasdaq, the Russell, etc., the Dow. You can trade metals, which is one of my favorite to trade, like gold and silver, those type of things. There's energy sector where you can trade oils and gasoline, those type of products. There's currency markets. There's agricultural markets. There's livestock markets. So you can trade hogs. You can trade wheat, corn, whatever, right? Trade pigs. You can trade cattle. And it depends on your broker what they allow you to trade. Every broker has a little bit different list of what's allowable to trade. Webull has their list of things they let you trade, and it's not everything. There's literally thousands of ones you could trade, but each broker will have their list that they allow you to trade through their platform. So Webull may have something that TOS doesn't have, and TOS may have stuff that Webull doesn't have. So I would love to be able to trade cocoa and sugar. Those markets really move, and you can make good money on them, but Webull doesn't allow us to trade them, unfortunately. Someday they might. They're always adding things from time to time. So hopefully somewhere down the road we will allow that. I'd like to really trade sugar and cocoa. I really do. I kind of watch it and look at it, but I'm not able to trade it. So I don't invest a lot of time in it, but if they ever do, I'll be jumping in on that. So so every sector's got its good. My favorites right now, and I've said it before, is the metal markets, the energy markets, and the currency markets. I'm not a heavy S&P trader now. I did trade the Russell heavily. They made really good money on the Russell 2000. Had some nice runs when I was trading it. But I had some running around to do, so I was done playing around today around 10ish. So I was really done at 8, but I jumped in a little bit during the day for an hour or two and got out. And I went and did some running around and came back, got home just in time to start our live training with our paid members and answering questions. And we were discussing things and looking at charts and different strategies and learning some little tips and tricks within the software that we use. I picked up a couple little new skills there myself. So anyhow, anybody got any questions? Go ahead and type them into your chat there, and I'll try to answer them for you. Let me get a drink here. I'm getting a little dry. Excuse me for a second.
Not a question, but a proud moment for Mark.
Go ahead.
And that is, I started, okay, so I haven't traded in a while because I had myself in a timeout, so to speak.
Yep.
And so I started trading again today. And I had bunch of green trade. I say a bunch of green trades before I started work in the morning, and then I started chasing candles, and I'm like, hold on a second, what the hell am I doing? What does Mark say?
Don't chase
So,
candles.
yep. So I had to stop, reset, and then I just took a couple of trades, and so I only put a very little bit in my account. I didn't put a ton in there because I know me, and so 80% of what I put in
All
today,
right.
and I'm done. I
Cool.
told my it's funny because my husband, he works from home. I'm at home today, and he works from home. He came upstairs, and I said, you know what? I'm up and I'm done. And I was very impressed. He said, journal it and keep your fingers off that mouse.
Good. Good.
So it
Yeah.
was a good day.
And I mean, don't take this wrong, but you're a prime example of if somebody coming in new, right? You're all
Mm-hmm.
excited and
100%.
and
Yeah.
you had a lot of good trades to go with, and you basically doubled your account almost, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and then you got a little crazy, right? And start doing things that you thought you were the world's greatest trader, or this is easy, or whatever. I'm putting words in your mouth, of course.
I blew up my account.
Yeah.
This is the fourth time I'm filling my account. Yes.
And as you shared in the past, it was for not following the coach's rules, right?
Yep.
And what happens when
And
you don't follow coach's rules here?
yeah, no, and I was about to fall into that trap again. And I'm like, damn it, stop,
Yep.
idiot. You're falling into the same bad habits.
Yep. It takes time. You'll get over it. The longer you do it, the less often that's going to happen. That's just part of the learning experience and just being a seasoned investor over time. Those things will go well. They'll become less. I still do them too, right? I mean, I love to say I always follow the rules, but I don't, right? And I don't believe anybody does 100% of the time. We all try to force trades and stuff and not wait for the setup like we're trained to do, right?
Yep.
And I'm glad. I'm glad for you. I'm happy for you to see that. Now you're going to build your confidence back up, right? That's
Yep.
you smacked yourself around by making poor investment decisions, right? And now you're back at it again. So you got to go back through that whole process and making sure that you know that you know that you know and you're knower that you know, right?
Yeah.
And you'll be back at it. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's
I have
been
utmost faith that you will succeed in the long run, just from the time that we've known you and seeing how you do things and sharing your stories. So you'll be all
I
right.
appreciate it. I wish I can be in here like full time. When I say full time, like just concentrate on this. But unfortunately, I have that 9 to 5, right?
Yep. And that's okay, right? You
Yeah.
do what you
Good,
can do
good
while you
job,
can do
K
it.
Smart.
Yeah. We're happy for you.
Thanks, Ralph.
We've been missing you. Don't worry. Just take your time. The market is
Yeah,
going to
it's
be
been.
here.
I appreciate it. Yeah, it's been busy at work. They haven't been giving me an opportunity to breathe.
By the way, every
The
time you
system
say
went
that
down
curse
today.
word, that's a $10 fine.
Yep, I
That,
forgot.
that W word, that's a curse
Yep.
word. Work.
The
No.
apps went down today. The system went down. The servers are all down, so I can't do anything. So that's why I had time to jump in
Oh,
here right now.
cool. No, we have a lot of members that work nine. Like I said, we have a lot of members that work
Yeah.
9 to 5, and they do it when they can. And that's the beauty of futures, is that
Yep.
futures trading is open 23 hours a day. It's only down for 1 hour while they do whatever their computers do, right? Rebalance the books or whatever it is they do behind the scenes, and does a reset. So you can literally fit trading in the futures market into your lifestyle and your life schedule. If you work during the day, you can trade at night or early mornings, vice versa. So it offers you a lot of flexibility in the trading futures. So good to hear that. Yeah, you made my day. And good to hear you're back in the saddle again, right?
Yep. Thanks.
Okay, good. You know why I'm happy? Because I knew.
You can do it!
There you go.
Thanks. I'm looking forward to getting into a one-on-one with both Coach and David.
Yeah, good. Yeah, don't necessarily be in a rush to get in, to get into
Yep.
that, but learn the basics, get all them things down so that you have a good foundation, and then when you go into your one-on-one with them, it'll even make more sense what they're telling you, right?
Exactly. Yep. So my appointment with David is in April. I don't have one set up with Coach, and so I'm not. At first, I was trying to rush it with David, but I thought, you know what, I need to try to figure this out a little better first.
Yeah. If I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken, I believe Coach said he's not doing one-on-ones anymore, but
No, I already have one. I just need to
oh,
schedule it.
oh,
I
okay, cool.
Yep.
Yeah, and the great thing about those one-on-ones is they are recorded while it's
Yep.
happening live, and then they send that to you, and you can go back and review it as many times as you need to, right? You have that personal
Yeah.
recording of that session, so you're that way you can concentrate on what's being said without having to worry about taking notes and all that stuff. You can
Exactly.
always go back and review it, and that way you make better efficient use of that 1 hour that you have, because it'll go fast, right? I think an
Oh,
hour
I'm
can be a
sure.
long time, but it'll zip right by before you know it. So,
Yep.
and not only that, when you get to that point, you'll know what kind of questions you need help, what things you need help on, and you can be more specific about what you want to ask during them one-on-one sessions. So,
Right. Yep.
good for you, K Smart. Good
Thank
for
you.
you. Happy for you.
Appreciate it. Again, Ange's class on Sunday too was awesome.
Oh, it was
Just trying to put everything together.
good. And that's recorded also, and you can watch that at any time if our paid members can. It's one of the benefits of our training videos. You can watch them at any time you want. And the other benefit is if you have to work or you're away for the day and you can't catch it live, those sessions are actually recorded, and our paid members have access to those. If you would happen to join today or any day in the future, and with paid memberships, everything that was recorded at any time before you joined, you get instant access to all that,
Huh?
and you can review all
Review
those
for
things.
what? What do you mean?
That whole library is opened up to you. So even though we've been doing this, so let's say last 2 years of videos that we've done, and you just now joined, well, guess what? You can go back and watch all those videos as it was ever produced. It's one of the benefits of a paid membership. All that is in there. You can stay busy for months on end just getting some of the basic ones down. There's so many of them. So it's not that I joined today and I can only see the things that's produced from today on. No, the whole store is opened up to you, and you can go back and catch each and every one of those things and do it at your leisure. Let's see. Never volunteer yourself over in YouTube live chat, says Mark. What is the tool you use in TradingView to measure how many ticks a trade can be? I've seen it, but you can't find it. It's over here on the left sidebar. It's clear down here. It's a ruler actually. It's about halfway down on the left side of your toolbar over there. It's called the measure, and then you just click that and bring it over. Click your screen once and drag it down, and it gives you that answer there. See that? And it shows you how many ticks. Like so, from that line to this line that was 37 ticks. So then you multiply that by the tick value, and you'll know how much of a value that was really worth at the time. if you're going back to review something. So that's how it works. So it's over on your left side there on the toolbar, about halfway down. While on my screen, it's 2 down from the big letter T for the text tool. It's a measuring stick, a ruler. That's it. Did you find that there? Let me know. Need any help? It's right there. So, all right. If you can't find that there, let me know. Good to see Atala and Layla and Grant, Rob Jones pop in here now on TikTok. Welcome. If this is your first time here, make sure you click subscribe and like and notify so that you don't miss any future broadcasts. And please share this video to your social media network. Be greatly appreciated. And smash them like buttons. We only have 1.7 thousand. Let's get that up there today. Let's run that number up there. Go up there to get at least 5,000 minimum today. So smash them hearts or whatever, however you like to do it. SMV Dust is leading the way up there, as is Luca. So get up there and smash them. You don't want to let SVN Dust leave you in the dust, do you? There you go. So get those up there. Thank you very much. All right. So if you got any questions, go ahead and type them in the chat box, and we'll answer them. One of the things we could discuss today, and this happened today, and this is kind of a sort of a big week for news. How does news affect our trades directly, if it does at all? All right. Now, obviously, we can have a world leader get on TV and say something, and the markets can drop, or what they say can make the markets go up. We know that happens all the time, right? All it takes is some of the big name world leaders. You can figure out whatever ones you want. If they say something negative, and it can make prices drop, or if it's something very positive that they like, then the market could take off and go to the moon. Works both ways. Okay. Today, there's another set of news. It's called the economic releases. There's a regularly scheduled every single day, every single week. There's a list of regular news that comes out from the government. All right. Not only our government, from all the major economic world governments. They release facts and figures, right? It could be unemployment numbers. It can be, interest rate. It can be GDP, right? Gross domestic product, those kind of things. Today, and a lot of those happen at the 8:30 Eastern time hour. A majority of them do, especially some of the critical ones. Today was the core inflation rate and CPI, which is Consumer Price Index. How much has a basket of goods gone up or down in price? It's the same thing. They measure the same whatever all's in it, right? Might be a bar of soap and a loaf of bread and a dozen eggs and whatever's all in it. I don't know. I've read what was in there at one time. It's a long time ago. But there's a basket of goods that's the same, and the price is measured on them over time, and then they release those reports on a regular basis, every so often. And these are scheduled ahead of time. These are what they call economic news releases. Okay. Today was core inflation rate. So let's take a look at this. This is built into TradingView. There's the button there, a little suitcase on the bottom right. You can pop that up. You can find this information on different internet websites, financial news websites, government websites. Our members, paid members in our VIP Gold and in our Futures membership, they get a weekly newsletter that they receive on Saturdays that outlines every one of these critical news items for the coming week. So they knew last Saturday what the news is going to be for Friday of this week. They knew what the news releases was going to be for today. They knew what that was last Saturday, the day and the exact time that these are released. And why is that important? Because if you're in a trade when some of these critical reports come out and you're on the wrong side of the news, you're going to lose money. You could wreck your account, especially if you don't have a stop. And as you know, we never trade without stops. That's one of Coach's core principles. Never, ever trade without a stop. Why is that? So it can protect your downside in case you get a sudden knife drop, a sudden sell-off. News is one of those things. Now, we have no control over if the President of the United States gets on TV and says something. We have no control over whether Great Britain's Prime Minister gets on TV and says something, right? Or the Treasury Secretary or the Fed chairman or, and the Russian leader gets on. We have no control over them. We don't know most of the time. Well, most of the time we don't know when they're going to get on and say something, right? And it can cause the markets to really react against our favor, whether that's going up or down. But there is no excuse to miss out on and hurt yourself when there's standard economic releases that are scheduled on a daily basis to watch out. So our paid members already knew that these news was coming out. And right before 8:30 this morning, they were reminded, be careful, it's approaching that 8:30 time frame when this report's coming out, and you want to be very careful. Now, we can use those news to make money, and our members do use that news to make money. If there's a sudden drop, you could short something and make a lot of money as it goes down. You can go long position if it's good news and it happens to go up. Now, the kicker is we never know what the news is going to be until it actually is published. Okay, so you can't, yeah, sure, you could take a wild guess on which way it is going to be, but you really don't know, and that could be detrimental to your account. But once that news is released, then you can play it to your advantage. Okay. Now there's other ways you can do that too. You can straddle the news, right? You can straddle your trades, stock options, those kind of things. But today's news being Wednesday, and you can see here's some now because we are in futures. We're not only in tune with the news coming out of the United States, we're also in tune with things coming worldwide. We also have to pay attention to what's going on in Europe, what's going on in London, right? What's going on in Australia, all the different markets, what's going on in the Japanese market. So there's always somebody around that's speaking, and we have access to this information even ahead of time. So today's big news that moved the markets was at 8:30, which is when commonly 8:30 Eastern time is when the majority of these are released. Today was core inflation. What's the inflation rate? Okay. We knew what the forecast, it was 0.2% prior report. And they were guessing it was going to go up to 0.3. Okay. However, it went up to 0.4 from the previous 0.2. That is a substantial increase. The CPI number itself also increased from 350. Now this is on a scale of their design, right? But the important number is knowing that the number changed. They were expecting 317.46. It was actually higher. So consumer CPI is what the consumers are paying for real life things. Did the price go up? And as you can see, it did. The inflation rate actually went up month over month. It actually went up year over year, went from 3.2% prior. They were expecting it actually to go down, and the rate actually went up. Okay, are you catching the theme here? Inflation rate month over month, year over year. So you can see the difference there, right? And then later on at 10:30, there was news that impacted the oil and gasoline markets, in other words, the energy markets. There's Fed speakers that spoke at noon today. Yeah, they're just talking. Most of them are invited to conferences, right? So every day there's these things, okay? Tomorrow in the United States, let's see what it's going to happen at 8:30. Tomorrow on Thursday, here I am giving you a free heads up, okay, in case you're trading. We have continuing job claims going out. Here's the magic number they're looking for. Of course, it's not filled in. It won't be till tomorrow. We have PPI tomorrow, right? That's producer price index. How much did the cost of actually making that widget go up or go down? If the price of making that widget goes up, what does that mean? It's going to cost the consumer more, right? Because they're going to have to pass on the increased cost somewhere down the road. Also, initial jobless claim. How many new people lost their jobs since the last report? So that's another tomorrow at 8:30. That will be another huge. That's a very strong indicator. Those there. That's an indicator that they watch for. All right. So I know these things are coming up. There's those, and there's many others, right? You got GDP, you got interest rate decisions, you got manufacturing data. There's all kinds of them. Okay. So what happened at 8:30 this morning? Well, let's look at the indices. The S&P 500. All right. What would have happened to you had you been in this trade at 8:30 this morning when that bad news came out, right? The numbers were worse than expected, and that would be right here. As you can see, I'll put it on this side of the line, so it's this big drop here, right? So this is what happened. That news hit at 8:30, and look what happened instantly. The market plunged down. It crashed, basically. Not really a crash, but there was a dramatic drop in that. If you'd have been in this trade here and you were up here on this upside, it was climbing all morning, right? Just to show you, it was on a nice steady climb all morning. At 8:30, wham! Bad news came out, and look what happened to the market, right? I can scrunch this down here a little bit. Let me hide my lines here for you. Yep, wrong one. Hide the drawings. There we go. Let me hide the other ones too while I'm at it. I guess you can't do both at the same time. Oh, wait. Hide all. There we go. There, that's better. Hide everything. So now I just have a straight chart. So right here at 8:30, as you can see down here at the bottom, my chart has the time on it. At 8:30, those bad numbers came out. The consumer price numbers came out, and they were higher than expected, right? In addition to, right, let me refresh your memory real quick here. At 8:30, we had core inflation rate was also higher, right? Went from 0.2 to 0.4. That's bad. Inflation's higher as measured month over month. 8:30, the markets didn't like that. The S&P 500 and the Nasdaq are very good indicators of how people feel in the markets, and it plunged dramatically. I mean, it came clear way down here. If you had been in this uptrend trade at 8:30, not paying attention to what time it was, and I'm being unaware of what was about to happen, and you didn't have a stop in, you wouldn't have been able to react fast, especially if you happen to look away at that time. Look at all that money. That is a billions of dollars lost in the market right there. And I'm not exaggerating when I say billions. I don't. Usually, somebody will write an article how much is lost in that one drop. So that's why it's very important to be aware of what the scheduled news is and what it's coming out. And then you also have to understand the numbers when they come out. What does that mean? Okay, believe me, everybody in the stock market, the big players already know what that means. I mean, they read it instantly, and buttons are pushed and things are sold off. Now, if they had been good, of course, it would have probably done the other thing, right? It would have been up, going upward. But in this case, it was down. Tomorrow, we have a similar, not quite as strong as the CPI, but it's the PPI. How much does it cost manufacturers to make their widget, right? So that will also be a very reactive. At 8:30 a.m. tomorrow, you can watch the S&P 500 or SPY if you're into stock options, right? The S&P 500 and the Nasdaq tomorrow at 8:30. You won't even if you don't have access to this real-time economic news releases. You can watch your chart tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, and you'll be able to tell whether the news was good or bad. Just give it a try tomorrow if you've never done that. But all our paid members were not surprised this happened because they're trained on how to deal with it. That looks horrible, right? That's a 1 minute candle. So in a 1 minute, it dropped from 92 clear down here to 31. That dropped 60 points in less than a minute. Now, if you'd have been in the S&P trade, let me consult my little cheat sheet here, right? That is 12.50 a point. What did I say? How many? That's 60 times 4 is 240 ticks, right? I believe. If I'm not mistaken.
You are correct.
I am correct. There you go. It's 4 ticks to a point. You would have lost on one contract on that. You could have lost $3,000 in less than a minute. Imagine if you had 10 contracts or 5 contracts, correct? On a one ES contract, you would have lost $3,000 from here to there that fast. This literally just zoop dropped down and then it bounced around a little bit and then it continued its downward. So had you not been paying attention and you had not used a stop in your trade like we're trained to do, right? Now, if you had a stop in place, you would only lost whatever money that your stop where it was at. Again, very important. Tomorrow at 8:30, watch your chart. Even if you're not trading, just look at the S&P 500 or SPY in the stock options. It's the same equivalent thing, right? Or the NASDAQ at 8:30 tomorrow, and you'll be able to decipher pretty quick without even having access to this real-time government data what the news was, good or bad. Now, a lot of times the news will come out, it'll drop like that, and then it'll shoot right back up. They get a knee-jerk reaction, and they're able to digest the news a little bit more, and it'll recover. As you can see, it didn't happen in this case. It stayed down, right? Now, let me draw a line where this was at, right? I got to unhide this first. Let me expand this out here extra big. So let's just say we'll just change this line to a hot pink. How's that? There, we'll make it extra thick so we can see it. I'll even make it dash so it really stands out. So you can see here's where it was at before the news came out, and then it plummeted. Is it returned back to where it was at today? Nope, it's still down. So had you been in that, you would have never fully recovered your money, right? If you hadn't exited that trade. So that could be very devastating to your account by not being aware of your surroundings, right? They always tell you when you're out walking around, always be aware of your surroundings. And if I shrink this in real far, so here's where we're at. It dropped all the way down and it has yet to get regained everything it lost. Could it before the end of the day? Yeah, it could, I guess. So a lot of times it will recover, but that news was very devastating news, actually, in the grand scheme of things. So let me change my line back here. Yes, I have a lot of lines on my chart. That dash. All right. So, but when I have this spread out, when I'm actively trading, right, there's not that many lines there. No, it's trying to go back up again. So we have all kinds of government data. Now, when you're in the futures market, you also got to pay attention to all the foreign markets, the London market, the Japanese market, the Australian market, what's Germany doing, the whole euro, because the euro is the most widely circulated other than the dollar. Of course, everything's based off the dollar, right? What did the euro do? What did the currency markets do with that news? Anybody want to guess? I'm sure you already got the answer, right? Right there's 8:30. Same thing, right? Look at that violent reaction. It was up here, got the news, and this is what's trading in Europe. See how much the U.S. news affects the whole world? Why is that? Because everything's based off the U.S. dollar. That's why, right? The dollar is king, so everything is based off. So a euro is, $1.0387 when it was at that point. So it's basically what that's telling you. But there was a lot of money lost in this here. Same thing, right? So the United States, I mean, everybody wants the dollar, right? That's the standard in the world, really. Everybody wants dollars. No matter what they say, it's all tied to that. So, yes, that's an imperialistic view, but it is what it is, right? It's how things are gauged. So the reason is that if Europe sees things maybe not going as strong in the United States as the United States people would like to see it, it may very well have an immediate impact on the European market, right? They're shipping their products over here, and we're shipping our products over there. So it may be more expensive for us to ship a refrigerator over to France, right? There's somebody in Paris ordered a GE, I'm just throwing names, a GE refrigerator. Well, I realize it's a world market and we have factories all over the world, but to ship things overseas may cost more money, right? Or it may cost us actually less money, but it may require the other country to pay more to get it. So, or it may cost those in Europe more money to ship their products to the United States. So we are in a macro, everything is in a macroeconomic thing. We're all tied together. All our economies are tied together. We're all dependent on it. If Europe doesn't do well, then it affects the United States and vice versa. But everything's based off the United States markets, and that's what drives things. Other than the dollar, the euro is the number one traded currency because Europe's a big place, right? It's used a lot of places. So that's why you see had the same reaction. And I'm sure you can probably go look at the Canadian dollar, all the rest of them, and you'll see kind of the same thing. Did that news affect the metals market? Anybody want to gander a guess? Did gold care about that news at 8:30? Yeah, right there it is, right? Let me draw a
Heck
little
yeah, it will.
right there, right?
Yeah.
What drives gold? Inflationary fears, right? That makes the price of gold go up. But at first, there was a knee-jerk reaction. Right here's I got my thing moved over a little bit too far, but that big red candle right there, that's a lot of money right there. The gold drop.
You did well with that, I'm assuming.
I didn't trade gold today. Actually, I was
No.
in other things for once. I traded it last night, but I didn't today. I was actually doing silver today. It moves the same way pretty much as gold does, day in and day out. Not always, but kind of reflect each other a lot of the times, most of the times. So look, the metals market even had a knee-jerk reaction. Now do they care in the long term? No, right? When there's inflationary fears, it causes the price of the metals sector to increase because of fear, right? Gold's a good fear thing. So when there's bad news in the economy, higher interest rates or higher inflation, those type of things, that will really drive the price up. So, what else could we compare it to? Gasoline. Did it do anything? Not really, right? Let's see, 8:30 this morning. I mean, it's part of the energy sector. So 8:30 would be right in here. Yeah, it dropped a little bit, but not. Well, actually, that's a pretty steep drop for gasoline because it pays on the micro pennies. So right there's that drop. So everything dropped, right? Because of one piece of government data. So can you see my point where it's important to have a heads up knowing when these things will happen? It can be financially detrimental to your bank account if you're ignorant of these government reports coming out. Now, I didn't call you stupid, right? Ignorance can be fixed. Stupid's forever, right? I know that's a mean thing to say. But, right, if you're uneducated, if you're ignorant about something and you get education, you're no longer ignorant on that subject matter. So that's one of the things we do here at American Dream Trading. We teach you how to trade in any market, whether the market's going up, whether the market's going down, whether the market's going sideways. We teach you how to trade in every one of those scenarios, whether there's long-term bad news from the governments around the world or in our own included, how to react and how to trade through those things, how to trade through world conflict or, the chicken flu, right? Whatever, you know, a Martian lands on Earth. How do we trade through that? Well, I don't think we've ever been trained on that particularly, right? But it'd be a world conflict, right? World event. So we are trained how to react to those different things. So please understand and learn how to react to the different markets, right? And be able to trade accordingly. So anyway, that's that. Any questions? Go ahead and feel free to type them in there and we will discuss it. We are now approaching what we call the power hour. That is the final time of the day. Things tend to get a little bit more volatile, especially The last 15 minutes, last 10, 15 minutes of the day. Um, type in something here real quick. There we go. All right. So what's going on around the world right now as far as sectors? Again, my lines that I'm popping on here. End up drawing a lot more lines on here, and then I got to go back and clean them all up. So the price of oil is falling. It's down around the 71. Gold's kind of flat, going with a slight incline here now. It's right back down to the same trading channel that it likes to hang out in, right? There's not a lot of volume in the metals in the last part of the day. Silver was a wild ride today. I rode that donkey all day today. Well, not all day, but I was in that and made really good money. Also had some big losses, but I came out way ahead. Thankfully for me, I came out ahead. So I rode that donkey and made some good money. Matter of fact, I was looking at something else at the time, and because our paid members have access to a live futures chat, I said I was in gold. Somebody said, "Oh, I was going to get in gold." Somebody said, "Oh, I'm in silver." So I stopped what I was doing. I went in silver. I'm like, "Oh, that was a great thing. That made me a lot of money." But one of our paid members, now that paid member didn't say buy silver. He just said that take a look at silver, and I jumped over there, and I actually per dollar, I probably made more money there than I would had I entered a gold trade, even though they both were kind of moving in the same direction. Thing with silver, though, you make more money on a move, but you also lose a lot of money on the moves down against you. So the euro's pulling back now, getting towards the end of the day, right? We got a couple minutes till 3, so we're about to enter that hour type thing. And anyway, so we're glad you be here. If you got any questions, feel free to go ahead and just type them in the chat box, and we'll go from there. Any of our paid members have a question, you can ask also at any time, right? So feel free. And good to see Mafia over there and be happy. Good afternoon to you also.
Sorry, Mark, did you
Go
call me
ahead.
on my question?
No. Do you have a question? Go ahead and ask it.
Oh, okay, because I raised my hand earlier. I didn't know if you called out me or not.
I'm sorry, I missed that.
It's fine, it's fine. I was gonna ask you because I didn't want to interrupt you while you were talking about gold and that drop on the ES that we were showing earlier.
Yeah.
Now, if you had a stop, even though it's a 1-minute drop, would the stop can it blow back bypass that stop in that situation where it dropped 60 ticks out of nowhere?
The legal answer to that is yes. No broker guarantees that their stops will work 100% of the time. All right.
Correct. Okay.
Now, the futures, we don't tend to see that happen as much because there is so much volume. It's not that it can't happen, right? Because I'm sure it does, right? But we're finding that in the futures market that they tend to work a lot better. Now, I've never had one blow through me, but then again, I've not been in a trade during that news like that because I know better not to get in a trade. I won't be in a trade. I will play the reaction to the trade, but I will not be in a trade on those type of government reports. It's just not worth it to me, right? Yeah. What if it did? What if it did blow through the stop?
Right.
And I don't know that anybody said that happened to them or not. Go ahead, Doug.
Would it matter along those lines? Would it matter if your stop is a limit stop or a market stop? My feeling is that if it's a limit stop and it's set to a certain price, they have to honor that price. If it's market, it can fluctuate, right?
Yeah, a market will get filled where it gets filled, right?
Whereas if you had a limit stop, they have to fill it at that limit stop, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
But I have not had. I think maybe we had one member that commented on that in the futures, but the general consensus is stops work very, very well in the futures market versus stock option stops because that while there's volume there, if there's not a buyer there when the thing drops, you can't get rid of it. So, but yeah, so I can't say from personal experience that the stops work 100% of the time because I've never had one fail, right? But then again, I've never been in that big price movement like that. Now, one way now we know what's coming out tomorrow. We already mentioned it, PPI, right? It's coming out tomorrow.
Right.
And we could do a paper trade, right? Go in there at 25 after 8. Go in the S&P and the Nasdaq, and put in a paper trading, a fake order, right? And with a stop, and let's see what happens. That'll be a good exercise for us tomorrow, won't it? Remind me of that. Well, matter of fact, I won't make you remind me of that. I am going to write me a note so I remind me myself, right? So I'm not dependent. Let me write that down. That's a great idea. We will test that paper trade with the stop at 8:30, right? 8:30 PPI numbers coming out, right? Today,
Okay.
but CPI is a lot more reactive, but PPI will have a strong reaction also, depending on what the numbers are, right? It could come out as expected, and then it'll end up being a nothing burger, right? And that's usually what happens when we try to test something, right? Didn't do anything, right? But we'll see, right?
We had a question earlier, and I didn't really feel like I had a solid answer for it. So could you help me out with this, please? The leverage that we're trading on in our margin accounts with respect, and we'll use ES as an example.
Mm-hmm.
Correct me if I'm wrong, please, but the ES contract is a 20 times leverage
Correct.
on what you're trading on. The MES, or the micro of that, is 1/10 or 10 to 1 against, or what would be the ES contract value. Right?
No, I believe the leverage is the same. It's just that the price is less. So you're not trading as big of a valued contract. I may be wrong on it. It's the same. There are almost all your futures contracts are 20 to 1s. I mean, you can go in and, well, let me show you how to find that, right? Let me
I would love that. Thank you.
right here. We'll do it live. I'll have to pop it up on my other screen. But we will go to the Bible of the futures, which is the CME website. Let me get links here before I share it. Within our widget, you can click on the spec link. So I have, actually, that is the micro right there. All right, so I can pull up website here. What do I do with it? Oh, I lost my screen. I didn't drag it properly, and I let go, and now it's stuck between screens here somewhere. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Let me see here. Close that one. Oh, I see what I did right here. It is. Sorry, I accidentally closed my TikTok screen. Let me reopen that up. Give me 1 second, please. Well, button. All right, I can slide that up there. Go. Bring my TikTok back up. I lost it there for a second. Be able to see your questions.
I have one for Doug. If he's still
Okay.
on.
All right, hang on here. There's
Still here.
write that down. So this is the CME website, which is the group that runs the futures, right? Their computer systems is what's running everything, and they write all the legal contracts, yada yada yada, right? So
Can you move that over to your screen?
I gotta switch screens here. I'm stretching it out. There we go. So there it is. So this gives you all the legal information about the contract, right? Tells you how it's valued, what times of the day it trades. It's open from 6 to 5 Eastern time. A tick is 0.25, and it pays $1.25 per tick. Quarterly contract, price limits. It's under here somewhere in more
Are you sharing a
detail.
screen there, Mark?
Yes, you will. I'm sorry, you won't be able to see that on Zoom.
Oh, okay.
I would have to slide it over to my other screen. Yeah,
Oh,
it's a
I
CM.
see. I see. You're on the other website. I'm sorry. You're right. You're on YouTube.
You could click on your quote widget, click more, and click the spec link, and it will pop it up. So it will tell you. I'm trying to find where that, because some of the stuff is you have to click
I
on
didn't see the
another
margin
thing.
listed or leverage listed on that site.
Well, it's got
That's why I
different.
asked.
Yeah, it has different settlements. Let's see, volume. It's in here. You just got to get on the right tab. Margins. And if Aaron was here, he could tell me exactly where it's at. It's in here somewhere. I would guess it would be under the specs, but procedure, limit exchange, black price. I'll have to get back to you on it. But it's in here on this website somewhere. You just have to get in the right spot to find where that's at. I don't know if it's in here. I know this ain't real exciting here watching me share my screen, but almost all of your futures are 20 to 1s. Okay, it's the difference between a micro and a mini is that just the mini is equal to 10 micros as a general rule. It doesn't change the fact that the leverage is different. So it talks about you can use leverage, but where is it? It doesn't say in here. We'll have to get back to you on that. It's in here, one of these pages. You just have to find it. That's all. Apologize for that. I thought it would clearly state it right there somewhere, but it doesn't. So it is for my Zoom members, it is the CME website. You can go in there and get all the information that you need. Okay. We will get back to you on that. I don't have a verifiable that I could show you on my screen real quick that was there. It's there somewhere in that. That is the Bible of everything you need to know about trading futures contracts. Okay. It's a good question, though. Again, let me write a note, Doug, or whoever else you guys can. Somebody finds it, you can always share the shortcut in the Zoom chat if we find that before the end of the today, and we'll come back to that.
Yeah,
So, I don't claim to
Chris
know all the answers, but if I don't know, I'll go find somebody that does, right?
Chris Bucko and I were talking about it in our crypto group, leverage, and I didn't have a solid answer for him on that, so I wanted to make sure that I got the right information first.
Yeah. My uneducated thing says yes, it's the same leverage. It's just that the E-mini is basically the equivalent of 10 micros, or a micro is the equivalent of a tenth of a mini. That's not
Yeah,
100%
okay.
true. There are some variations to that, but as a general rule, that's what they are. So, all right.
Thanks, sir.
Yes, sir. Anyhow, that's how that works. Okay. What else we got here? I was in TradingView, paper trading MNQ, and I couldn't close the trade. Well, there's a couple different ways you can do that, John L. over there on our YouTube Live. And that's the whole purpose of paper trading right there. What if that had been a real trade and you were trying to get out of it, right? There's multiple ways you can do it. Number one is, of course, obviously click, let me just put up a real fake trade here, right? Okay. So I can put in a trade. I bought one contract. There's my stop loss. Obviously, you can click on the little X right here on your positions. Okay. I can click this right now and I've made $10, right? Or you can slide your stop up and it'll stop you out that way. Now, let me pull up the bottom of my screen here so that you can see this. You're in paper trading. Let me slide this way up here out of the way. Clear up. I'm going to go extreme. You grab this down here at the bottom. This is where it has positions and history and all that. The whole thing at the bottom of your screen. This will also show you that you're in the open positions that you may have. Okay. So this shows I'm currently in an NQ trade. I'm in a long position, one quantity and a price in the fill. What's my unrealized gains? $30 right at this current time. The leverage is, there you go. There's a leverage right there, Doug. Go to your Go put
You
in
see
a
it.
fake paper trade and then in the micro and compare it. There's your leverage
Oh, it's right there on the
marker.
TV? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So there's a cheat there. So if you want to get out, you can go over here and click this X and it will close out your trade also. There you go. That quick. That's two different ways right there. Okay. So that is very important. And see, that's a good thing that you discovered. Oh, what do? I can't get out of this trade. That is a prime example of why we do simulated trades, so that when we run into issues while we're doing this, while we're learning the software, right? I don't know what to do. What did I do wrong, right? And I went through the same thing, right? I mean, when I first started with on trading on TradingView, I didn't know how to do all this stuff. I knew how to chart, okay? So that's a good way to find your open positions. Worst case scenario, you could open up your DOM if you had to and click just sell market, whatever. If there's an open position, it would close it, right? Even though you may have entered in this way, right? Let's just say I'm going to open up another one here, right? All right, I open it up. There's my order. It's live. It's moving. It's growing. Let's just say for some reason I can't get these disappeared for whatever reason. I can also come over here and go into the DOM. There's a set of buttons here. There's a set of buttons over here on the, especially if you don't want to open something, I can go up here and click sell, right? I got one
Close the door,
contract.
please.
Go over here, go
Close the
bang,
door, please.
and it closes it that way. So there you just learned 3 different ways. And there's a couple more ways. I could use these buttons down here, right? So if your buttons disappear, maybe sometimes maybe you're glitched out. Maybe you can always close your tab, your window, and reopen another tab with the same thing. It may reappear. There's all kinds of goofy things that can happen, right? It's very stable. Why you couldn't get out of
I
yours, I
can't
don't
hear
know.
you whispering.
So I will mute your mic
I
for
am
you
on a
there,
call.
Doug. Hang on. Doug's background. I got you, Doug. So,
Sorry.
oh, you're all right. So that is a prime example. That could have cost you real money, right? If you were in it in the long and now it's pulling back, you're freaking out, right? How do I get out of this? How do I get out of this, right? And that's a benefit of being a paid member. You can open your mic when things like that don't happen, and we will stop everything we're doing to answer that question. So we don't mess around. If somebody says I have an emergency, even coach will stop if he's mid-sentence talking about the most important thing in the world. If you open your mic and say I have an emergency, I need help, coach will stop talking whatever he's talking about immediately. Will assist you, right? And this is a common thing when people have an emergency. Help me! I don't know how to get out of this trade, and I'm losing money. Right? Like bucket with no bottom in it, right? So um, that's one of the benefits of being a membership, and that is a common thing that happens. New traders, they get in and they haven't quite got a grasp of, they didn't paper trade enough, right? And they didn't learn all the ins and outs of their broker software. Fortunately, Coach, again, I've never had a TOS account, so I wouldn't be able to help you personally. But Coach has accounts with practically every major broker. I don't know if he's had one with Interactive Brokers, but most of the major brokers, Coach can pretty much walk you through from memory how to get out of that. Oh, John said, "Oh, it was going in the right. It was going in the correct direction this time, but what if that was real and it was going in the opposite direction you wanted, right? Look how much money, how much money would you have lost, right? So keep working at it. That's a good thing that happened. This is how you learn. You don't know what you don't know until something happens and you don't know how to fix it, right? Like there last week, I had a software issue with this broadcasting that we use here to get this out to you fine folks on all of social media, and it wasn't working. And I didn't know how to fix that. I've had other things go wrong. I knew how to. I'll know how to fix that, but I didn't know how to fix that one issue, and it took about 20 minutes or whatever to finally figure out what to do. So um, anyway, that's how that works. So good. That was a good. Thank you for sharing that with us. Right. That's a live example. Even though it was fake money, you still need to trade it and treat it as real. So let me grab a drink here. Excuse me for a All right. Any other questions presently? See, Pat just joined. Good to see you all here. User 660228086 and Derek just come in. They're on TikTok Live. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Smash them like buttons. We haven't hit 5,000 yet. We're only at 3,800. Start smacking them buttons. Click your mouses. Get them mices going. All right. Make sure that you subscribe if this is your first time here. I see Pablo. Nice. Thank you. Hi. Are you back? Nice to see you over there in our TikTok live chat. Thanks for coming here. If this is your first time, make sure you click subscribe, click like, click your notify buttons on so that you get notified. And if you've already missed, if you're just now getting here, this video, as all live broadcasts, are available for immediate review upon completion of the broadcast over on our YouTube channel, which is American Dream Trading. Speaking of American Dream Trading, you need to go over there, AmericanDreamTrading.com, and join our free Discord over there. It's absolutely free, no strings attached, and you get instant access to our stock lounges. You can go in there and ask questions 24 hours a day. You get instant access to some of our training videos and documents, all kinds of different materials in there. There's a discount section where you can get there's all kinds of things. There's Starlink, there's Tesla, there's a whole bunch of things Coach has in there that you can actually get discounts for free, right? Doesn't cost you nothing. If you want to buy a new Tesla, there's a discount in there that you can take, I believe, was it $1,000 or $2,000 off a brand new Tesla just for joining a free Discord. I've never personally used those other than discount on TradingView, but there's a lot of things in there. There might be some of those things in there that interest you, and that's all free. No obligations. And if you find out, you come in, kick tires, and this ain't for you, it's quite easy. You just leave the Discord, and then you're no longer in there. So take advantage of that. Speaking of AmericanDreamTrading.com, let me play this little, if you want to call it an infomercial, I guess. It's Coach talking about all the different benefits and different membership levels and the things that we have to offer here at AmericanDreamTrading.com. And if you have any questions afterwards, feel free to ask in your chat there. So let me play this. It'll take about 5 minutes, and we'll go from there. So here it goes. By the way, for our paid Zoom members, you will not be able to see this video on your screen nor hear it. So please keep your mics muted for the next 5 minutes. Thank you very much.
So if you guys are interested in joining us, head on over to AmericanDreamTrading.com. You guys can sign up for a free Discord or one of our paid membership. Our first paid membership that we have is our regular premium membership. With that, you guys will get access to our Zoom. Inside of our Zoom, you will have a live open microphone. You will get live training and trading starting at around 8:45 until market close every day at 4 p.m. when the market is open. You guys will also receive the hot stock pick, the pre-market setup where we go over strategic levels of certain key different stocks throughout the day you can use, and also at the opening of the bell. As a regular paid member, you will also get the IPO Center, so any new and exciting IPOs that come out, you will get them first, plus all the videos on demand. We have around 11 videos to help you get started on your journey with us here at American Dream Trading. They'll go over things like day trading, swing trading, covered calls, cash secured puts, the wheel option strategy, our 2-minute EWO strategy that I have designed and developed from being in the stock market over 33 years. When you're ready to step it up, you can join our VIP membership. By the way, the premium membership starts at $200 a month. The VIP membership starts at $500 a month. With the VIP membership, you guys will get access to early training and trading starting at 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's 12 hours of access to us with some of our self-made millionaires, mentors. And then you'll get training with me starting around 8 o'clock every single day. You guys will get the VIP lounge, all the workshop classes. We put on a workshop class once per month. You will get all of the previous workshop classes and any future workshop classes as long as you're a paid member. You'll also get all the VIP training videos, we have over 50 beginner and advanced videos to help your journey. We also have the TradingView indicators. These are an overlay indicator system that goes on top of TradingView. It will require a subscription, which is about $15 a month. This is my 2-minute EWO strategy. You guys can use this with stock, options, futures, and crypto. If you're a VIP member and you want to step it up to our highest level that we have right now, which is VIP Gold, you can do that for an additional $250 a month. Now, with all of our services, you can buy monthly, quarterly, semi-quarterly, or annual, and sometimes we have lifetime deals on these, so make sure you guys are watching for deals. With the VIP Gold, you guys are going to get all the mastermind classes for free, and we have another one coming up. I will let you know when that is coming. You'll also get 1 hour of tech support where we can remote in and look at your systems and help you get set up with your charts, etc. This is not a one-on-one, but this is to help you get started if you need it. We also have weekend training every Saturday at 11 a.m. If you guys have busy lives and schedules and your jobs, right, are always in the way of you trying to get training, well, we have weekend training. We also have the VIP Gold Lounge access, the VIP Gold Priority Help Desk support. We have our news service where we're giving daily and weekly outlooks of the news. We also have breakout rooms every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. with our other self-made millionaires and mentors, so make sure you guys check that out. Everything inside of the VIP room is recorded, so all of these sessions are recorded for you, including all the training that I had mentioned before. You can catch all of this in the replays only for VIP Gold members, so if you have busy lives, everything is recorded for you. Of course, we have other things inside of the VIP Gold, like the 90-day challenge, the debt-free challenge, where we're helping you to become debt-free, and our brand new in beta live Apple chat, where you guys can watch one of our moderators, David over there, live trade Apple with the 2-minute EWO strategy that I have designed and developed. He has made currently at this time, as of December 2024, he is over $320,000 in profits that he has made using this strategy over the last 2 years. We also have our brand new futures membership. You guys will start getting training for futures from noon to 4 p.m. every day, and all the training videos, terminology, everything you need to get started in futures with our futures membership. With the futures membership, you guys also get the TradingView indicators. So those are only available to VIP and futures members. Some of our a la carte services you guys can get. You can get a one-on-one with a moderator. We have all of our training videos, like the mastermind classes, how to grow a small account part 1 and 2 when it's released, but you guys can buy those from our website. You guys can also get inside of our mentorship program. Our mentorship program is $500 a month. You will sit with me every Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern for an hour in a small, intimate group where we can go over larger items or just get you kickstarted, right? Can be IRAs, 401ks, SEP, anything you guys want to talk about, swing trading, day trading, right? Anything that you guys want to get inside of that room. It's just like having a one-on-one with me every single week. And again, those are all of our products and services you guys can get at any time by going to AmericanDreamTrading.com.
There you go. There's an overview of what we do here at AmericanDreamTrading.com. Again, we're not a call-out group. We're not telling you XYZ buy, XYZ sell, right? We're an education company. We want to teach you the skills to trade successfully each and every day, whether you want to do it full-time or part-time. We do provide that for you. Again, we do provide these outreach of AmericanDreamTrading.com 3 times a day, 9 to 11 with Coach, 2 to 4 with me, and then at 5 to about 6:30 with Don over on the Aftermarket Show on our YouTube channel. So, again, always go to AmericanDreamTrading.com for the latest pricing. Actually, that video, I believe it showed was $200 for the lower level membership. It's actually $125. So, what questions do we have? Anything at all over there on YouTube live chat? Nope. Over on TikTok, I see Bowman over there, and the Master Trader 01, 200. No, it's actually 120. And Master comments, that's the way you make money. I don't make a dime off memberships, right? I make my full-time living day trading each and every day. I am very successful at it from what education I've received over the last 2 years from Coach, who's trained us how to do this. Education, we do start training at 4 a.m. Eastern Time, clear to 4 p.m. Eastern Time, as you heard. So yes, we are in education. We want to be able to train you. If you want to watch for free for these brief periods of time during the day, you're more than welcome to. And then when you want to step up your skills, then feel free to grab one of them memberships. And they're designed for just about every budget level, depending on what membership you grab. Yes, we are a legal corporation who's been around for over 4.5 years, been live every single day, Monday through Friday, for over 2.5 years. So membership has its privileges. I will not apologize for that. If you talk to anybody that has a membership, they are very well on their way. John M., do I need a subscription on the Webull app to do futures or just to require the money? Webull's free. To download their software is absolutely free. They're a broker. Yes, you have to deposit money with them if you're going to use Webull. You can use a broker you want, but if you decide to use Webull, their minimum to open up a futures account is $500. That's what you have to use to open it. You don't have to maintain 500, but you have to have $500 deposited with them to actually open a futures trading account. Every broker has their different requirements. I can't speak for all the other brokers. I can only speak that because I use Webull as my broker, right? Now I am trading. I have my Webull account linked to my TradingView account here, so I'm actually using this charting software to trade through. I like it. I like it a lot. So anyhow, any other questions? I'll be free to answer it within the time that we have remaining. We are in the last half hour of Power Hour. So you can answer any questions. We can look around here and see if there's anything moving. As you know, the metals, the oil doesn't tend to move all that much either. Currencies they're also slow, right? Everything's winding down for the day. People are exiting their positions. What usually does move this time of the day is the indices because they move nonstop, right? Till the market closes. So you'll see a lot of volatility. I do not trade in this time period, but here's if I wanted to go short on, like, say, this right here, I could jump in there, and of course I'm chasing it. I would wait. But it did break above that. I would normally wait for a break and hold, but it's showing you here. There's my stop. You never trade without a stop. So this would limit me from losing no more than $600 on this trade if I would leave my stop there. Down here it shows profit and loss, right? You should never trade your P&L because that'll cause you to make decisions that you normally wouldn't make, right? Oh, I just lost $100. Oh, but if you'd have waited another 10 seconds, perhaps you'd have made 500, right? So you have your charts done up the way you want them done, and then trade your chart, trade to trade, right? So as this comes down here, I can exit this trade by clicking this X right here and locking in that money, or I can move my stop down here and guarantee locking in that way also. So I could very well just go like right here, right now, there's $150, or I could I'll just show you how the stop locks in. Again, this is a simulated account. It's not real money, right? It's going to pull back before I can really show you. So and here it goes, happened too fast. Did continue down. But you see it pulled back, it locked in my profit. That was, I think it said $37. Now I could have clicked that button and got out. In real life, I would have. Took the 200, right, or whatever that amount was. Yeah, this is fake money. It's a simulated account. So I can sit here and do this all day, right? So go long, I can go short, and can do it however I want, right? So I wouldn't buy a long on this anyway. You got the 200 right up there. But that's why you always use stops. In that case, I was able to use my stop to guarantee my profits in case it did pull back before it could hit the button. But I would not remove it that tight. I would have rather clicked the button and guaranteed at a higher rate there. As it moves down, though, as it keeps, if that would have kept falling, if it's kept dropping, I could have kept sliding my stop down little by little, little by little, little by little, right? That way, if it ever pulls back and I want to let it run, let the runners run whenever you can, right? If you're getting a good pull or something, either up or down, and it climbs, then so that's how you use stops. Unstable jokes. It says, what's the best place to get a funded account that is trusted so I can go make money on my own? Well, we have a couple of prop firms that we are currently testing, if you want to say, using. However, I will not share those names with you because we're kind of giving them a run through right now, as a matter of fact. And we're not really in a position to say, I mean, so far it's everything they say they are, but we're not clear through our own personal testing phase. One of the things to do would, you just got to do your own research, basically. I can't give you names per se of prop firms. I don't use one personally, so I'm the last person you want to ask for advice on that. But we are, our futures paid members have access to, I believe there's 2 prop firms in there that uh, appear to be reliable, but I cannot give out that name. Um, I don't use them anyway, so I haven't had personal experience with it. I'm going to be here in the near future. So, but right now we're kind of just testing them out and make sure they say everything before we even tell our own members, hey, this one's pretty good. Don't be afraid to use them, right?
Hey, Mark.
Yes, sir.
Coach's opinion on this stuff is, if you're trying to use it to get into futures, you're doing it with the wrong mindset. The
Correct.
prop firms are great for people that have experience so that
Yes.
they're not out there blowing up their account. But, if you're a new trader, prop firms are a dangerous place to play.
Yes.
Then it's going to cost you money. It doesn't teach you how to trade. It doesn't do anything for you. So
Yes.
his stance on it is get the education.
Yep.
Work on your own cash because it's more meaningful to you. You won't make as many mistakes, hopefully, if you start training. But paper trade first. Train, paper trade, and then investigate these things.
Correct.
Don't
A prop
go
firm
to
is not for a brand new trader. Prop firms are for experienced traders that have some sort of working knowledge and can prove to themselves that they know what they're doing, day in and day out. Because prop firms are not free. You're going to pay $100, $300 to $400 or $500 per month to be able to use a prop firm. Now, what's the advantage of a prop firm? Number one, well, advantage for them is you're paying them a monthly subscription, right? So if it's 100 to whatever it is, $500, depending on what count size and who they are, right? And they all have different rules, so you need to do your own research. But it is definitely not for somebody learning, because what happens, they have requirements and rules that you must meet within certain time periods, and we're talking matter of days once you start using them. And if you fail on your attempt to qualify, there's usually 2 to 3 qualifications that you have to go through over a period of time. You got to qualify on step 1, then you got to go qualify on step 2, and then step 3, depending on how many, whatever they have, right? So if you fail on them, then you got to pay again, right, to start over again. So it is not for somebody who's coming in the market thinking, well, I'm going to use this prop firm and they're free money. That's not how it really works. Now, once you've proven and have met all of their tests, right, and are a successful trader with them day in and day out, because they have limits on how many bad days you can have, and dollar limits on how much money you can lose even on their fake accounts. Okay, that's you're trading on a fake account just like this. It's a simulated account. So if you can't do that very extremely well, now you'll fail at a prop firm, and then all you're going to do is give them your money. That's how they survive, really, right? People failing, or retrying it and refunding, their account to try over again, right? Yeah, obviously you may make mistakes and have to reset your account and go back in and make sure you don't make that mistake again. That could happen, and that's understandable. Um, so it's not for a new trader. All you're going to do is go in there and throw monthly fees and resetting account fees down the toilet. So I would, like Doug said, highly suggest you get some good training and education and experience under your belt before you do those, right? So, but right now, yes, we are in actively running a couple a couple of prop firms through the testing before we even let our regular members know that, hey, this is okay. So, Yes, there is. I don't use a prop firm. Coach is currently actively testing it. If you watch him in the mornings, he doesn't do it every single day, but you'll hear him fly. He'll tell you if he's using the prop firm's account. Obviously, Coach is successfully trading that. He's actually going to start getting real money payouts, right? But he's already been through the qualifications that you have to. And he's, of course, obviously he's been in the market for 33 years, so he kind of knows what he's doing and what he's talking about. But even he is testing, putting this whatever prop, what are those two he's using? He don't even tell you which one it is, but he does tell you it is a prop firm account. And I don't know exactly which one he's using for sure, because there's two of them listed for our paid members. But he's running it through the hoops to make sure that it works the way they say it's going to work. So I would, if you're in here thinking that you're going to go use their free money, and that's not quite how it works. It's not that easy, right? So I would, unless you're an experienced trader. Now, what it's designed for, you can make some good money with them. Don't get me wrong, right? If you have good education, good trading skills, and you're very extremely disciplined, right? You can make some serious money off of them, because once you get to the upper qualification limits, then you get, like one of them is you get to keep 90% of what you make, and they make, and because you're using their money, they get 10% of your profits. They're all different. One might be 80%, and they get 20. I don't know, right? Again, I don't use them personally. I'm just giving you anecdotal evidence of what Coach has been telling us about the one he's using and how it works. Okay. So, but yes, you can go over to our Discord for free at AmericanDreamTrading.com, and it's totally free. You can go in there and ask questions all you want. Get in our stock lounge there, have conversations, ask questions. You can even fill out a help desk ticket if you like. Is it okay to grow a small account? Well, yeah. I mean, day trading, you can grow your small account on your own, right? You don't have to pay, do that all the time. So I started with 700, and I've grown that substantially over time, doing one micro futures contract at a time, making $5 here, $10 there, $20 there, an occasional $30 or $40. But most of them were 10s and 15s, right? So that's how you build your account up over time, and you'll be amazed. And that's then once I had more money in my account, then I was able to buy two micros. So then, yada yada yada, build up. Now, could I have thrown a bunch of money in there and started off? Yeah, I could have, but I wanted to prove to myself as a new thing that I could do that, and I did. I was pretty sure I could do it, but you never know, right? But even I paper traded futures, even with 2 years experience. I paper traded futures for 3 weeks before I even funded my account, because I wanted to get a good feel for it. And I actually was surprised that I basically knew how to do it already before I even knew I knew how to do it, because I already had that training and education experience through trading stocks and stock options and trading in the pre-market, where you can't trade without stops, and you have to know what you're doing, and your mechanics have to be good getting in and out of trades. So right now, ES is at call it a double bottom. It's another strong resistance here. If I was to enter this trade, I would wait on a break and hold here, because this could bounce. It is on a downtrend presently, even though the day now has been an up over here on a 1-minute chart anyway. You look at different time periods, you're going to get different trends on your charts, right? Say on a 2-minute chart, it's on a kind of a downward trend, but not as severe. On a 1-minute chart, it shows you the same thing here. So I don't know if you can see it. It's very faint, but there's a regression channel here on the background of that. So you may not be able to see that clearly on yours. Yeah, no problem, Unstable. That's why Unstable jokes. That's why we're here. This is a free service. Again, we're not deep diving into what we do. What you're seeing here is just a tip of the iceberg of what we do 12 hours a day, each and every day, right? And I can't spend the whole time answering one question for an hour, right? I could if I wanted to, but it's not fair to other people who may have a question. And membership does have its privileges, so we're very upfront with it. Shows you on there. The premium one is, the video showed 200. It's at 125. So that's been changed. So anyhow, if I was going to enter this trade to the downside using my indicators and what I can see here, I would wait for a break and hold below this level. Could I scalp and make a few bucks here? Yeah, I could. If I was going to go to the upside, I'm going to wait for it to break above all these indicators and a little bit above this level before I would enter. So I have a plan. The upside, I have a plan for shorting it to the downside. And I made that decision and my criteria for entering this trade, if I do, in a matter of seconds, based on what I see here with my training, education, and experience. It may just sit here and go sideways for a while. Who knows? But I'm going to wait for a break and hold. It looks like it's going to go to the downside. No guarantees. This is why I don't trade this time of the day. This is the most dangerous time of the trading day is the last half hour, especially the last 10 to 15 minutes and on. Market close, because you can get some heavy selling off or heavy buying and you don't see it coming. Right now, this wants to pull down to 60.70, which is down here. Well, basically right here. It's not that far down. Basically where that wick is. So right now, it's not going to pull all that much. 60.79 is a big order there, which is down in between. So it's wanting to pull between these two white lines right now. However, that can change in just couple seconds. How do I know that? I'm looking at my L2 order book over here. These are orders that have been submitted but not filled. There's a 60-70 mark getting filled, and people can pull these orders at any second. And they can also throw in orders any second. That's why you get a big volatility, right? So if I would jump in this before I wait for a break and hold, breaking my own trading criteria, because I want a confirmation to make sure it's going down. You know, it could very well dive, but if you do not wait for a confirmation, this thing could go back the other direction and rip your face off, right? I want to see a better trend. That's why I said this is my level. Here's my candle that broke through. I entered this actually early because I didn't wait for my confirmation candle. I was assuming that would pull back and prove my point. But right now in my real life, I wait for this candle to start forming. And it's even more exciting if it is the same on the shoulder of the other. Now, it may bounce off of that. So I could go in here and go right now and lock in at 178, which I would do in real life. See that? I just locked at $187. Again, fake money, but that's how I trade. I'll enter in, right? I'll wait. Now I've went through that level. For me to re-enter, I'm going to wait either for it to bounce off of this line, my level, go the other way, or break and hold through that, and I'll re-enter again. So we'll just sit here and see what happens. See, it's so volatile this time of the day, right? Anything can happen in a second. I never trade this time of day. I don't want to wreck my account. But since this is fake money, I have the leisure of doing that, right? It's a simulated account. I'm placing real fake trades with fake money, but it's still being bought and sold at the current prices. So again, I'm sitting here waiting. What's it going to do? Is it going to bounce off here like these other ones did? Or is it going to break down through it, right? So, we could jump in anytime as long as I have a stop there, right? And I could jump in. There's $75. I can keep my mouse right here. All right, can slide my stop down to lock in my profit. But my stop is up here in case I get a big market correction. That's the maximum amount of money I would lose on this trade. But if this thing turns green at all, just based on the time of the day it is, I'm going to take it. I'm not going to play around. Now, I entered that late, obviously, right? So it's pulled back. But we'll wait here, see if it does. Comes in there. There it is. There's $75, $37 that pulled back the time I clicked it. So I got $37 on that trade. I can keep doing this all day long, right? I'll move my stop down to protect my downward potential. I don't want to lose too much money here. You got to have some sort of room, right? We'll see if this one, now we're getting down here, over here, levels that where other candles were at. You got to pay attention to the big picture, right? Now, I don't have any lines here. I should have lines here, right? So I have some sort of roadmap. See how it traded in this channel. It may come down here and bounce, or it may not go down there at all. But I have protection from a greater loss. See, that stopped me out. Eden, got your hand up, one of our paid members.
Hey, Margaret, just want to ask you a question. I saw that you were doing the paper trade. Did you have a shortcut key when you did the control buy, control sell?
No, I just used the widget here.
Oh, you just used the widget when you did the selling off? When you had that big pop of 75, you just...
Oh, no, yeah. No, I just clicked the X on the box. Like this, watch. I'm going against the trade right here. There's a little X here you can click inside the open positions.
Oh, that closes your position. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah, it will close it. or you can use your stop, right?
Oh, that's very nice. I didn't know that you can
Yep.
close it with that. That's very good to know.
You can close it that way. There's a open position box down here. You can close it that way. I would recommend doing it this way. It's a little more clunky, but I can go right here and close my position. Boom. See that locked in at 112. So there's a second way you can do it. You can do it within the actual. Slide this back down out of the way. Again, this is paper trading, but so if I'm in this trade, right? There's my stop. I got a stop loss to protect my downside, right? In case it's pulled
Right, right.
back, which can happen, you know as well as I do. I can use this over here and buy it back to lock in my profit this way, right? So I don't have to use these buttons. I can sit here and once that gets into profit, I mean, I can close it right now just to prove a point, show you how it works. See, boom, there, $75, bam, that quick, right? So that's how many ways I just show you. One, you can use your stop as 2. I use this down here 3. That way was 4. I can go over here in the DOM and use these buttons. I can, you know, back here, let me just do it this way because that way it puts my stop in. That's a long position. I wouldn't normally do that, but so there's my position, right? So there's that, and I can use the DOM, the price ladder. I can go in here. There's buttons down here I can use buy and sell at the bottom, right? I'm in a long position, and I can do multiple things with this one. I can reverse my position, go short. Instantly, it closes that trade out and reverses it, right? I can click the flatten button, which will instantly close it that way. So there's another way of doing it. I can just go in here and click these 2 buttons at the bottom. There I'm in, there I'm out that quick. So, and that's why you need the paper trade, whatever. Now, this is with TradingView, right? Every broker's is going to be a little different, but almost all of them will offer something similar, right? That's why we paper trade, to know how to do that. Just like John L. over there on our YouTube Live. He didn't know how to get out of the trade that he was stuck in, right? Again, he was paper trading. That's how you learn. So you need to know all these things. As a matter of fact, there's another way over here. I can go over here in the upper left-hand corner. I wish you could move these to the right, but I haven't figured out how to do that. So I can go in here and click a buy. There's my buy contract right there. I can create a stop loss by sliding that down, and I can keep my finger on this button over here, and I can, the second that turns green, right, I can click if it will. I mean, I'm just throwing orders in here willy-nilly, right, for demonstration. So I can get out of the trade that way. Boom.
And the shortcuts are there also that you're hovering over them, right? Is that shortcuts?
Yeah. These are buttons. Yeah. They're like what we call turbo keys, and Webull theirs are actually called turbo keys. We kind of say the same thing here. Now, I know a couple of our paid members use their keyboard. I'm not a big keyboard. I like clicking. And if you hover over it, it'll tell you if I hit Shift X, right? Or Shift S, it will create a short there. Boom. So you can do it that way. Hold Shift. In this case, I'm on a Mac. I don't know if Windows is different, but so me hitting Shift S as in Sam, actually did that, created order. And to buy that back is Shift B. So I hold the Shift and B down and see, bang, got out of that order. So yes, there's even keyboard shortcuts. TradingView will even let you, if you go into the settings, you can go in there and assign keys, just like any other program, right? If you don't want to use Shift.
Yeah, I'm in there right now. Mark, which is the paper trading icon on my trading view? Because I have everything linked up, but I can't find the paper trading icon to turn it into a paper trade to follow you.
Yeah, well, it's down here at the bottom. There's this trading panel at the very bottom of your screen. If you grab that bar and pull it up a little bit, you'll be able to see what's going on. To link your Webull account to it, go over here at the bottom right-hand corner. Now, you can't see that because of that scrolling message.
Right.
But anyway, you click over to the bottom right-hand corner. That will open this up. Let me log out of my paper account. So this is what you would see on your trading panel when you first do that. And this shows all the different brokers, common brokers. And there's even more. You click this and it'll take you to the TradingView website where they have their extensive list of what brokers that you can link to it. I mean, here's my Webull account. These starred ones I have actually linked Webull, and there's your paper trading here. So if you come over here and click on the paper trading, that puts it in paper trading mode. Okay.
Got it.
Now what you want to do once you Do you have live data for futures now or not?
I have live data, but I only got level 1 for the Webull account. I don't have
That's
anything for the
okay.
trading view.
That's all you need. So what you first need to do is you need to click on Webull, right? And I'm not going to click that because mine's already linked. But when you first get into this trading panel, you need to click on your Webull, and then it'll have you put your basic account stuff in there. That way it can link it, okay? So then it'll be highlighted. When you click on it, it's only a couple clicks to link your account. It's very simple, very easy, okay? And then once you have that, now you have your live data that you're paying for through Webull will actually work here on your TradingView software. Follow me?
Yeah, Mark, I am.
Okay.
I have my Webull account connected. I'm just trying to look for the paper
Okay.
trading one.
Yeah, the paper
Yeah,
trading's right here.
the Webull account's connected. I know I can do that. I'm just
Okay,
trying to
well,
see.
right
For
here.
some reason, I got the Webull open, and I cannot find for the life of me is the paper trading icon that you see on your screen. I
Well,
don't know what it is.
go over here. Just well, here, let me hook it first. I got to connect, right? So now, if you look at it, it says paper trading here.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Now, if you can't see that because you have to get out of that, log out of it, then
Yeah, the log out
that
of Webull.
icon will show it there.
Okay, hang on. Let me log out then, because maybe that's what the problem is.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's why you can't see it. You gotta log out of Webull.
right. And then that you'll see the paper trading icon right there. Then when you click on that, then it'll click this connect up because you've already connected your Webull, and this applies to all the rest of you. It doesn't have to be Webull, whatever account you're using. Once you connect your broker's account to that, then when you click on paper trading, then it'll pop this box up, say connect. Now you have your you can paper trade with your broker's software data, right?
Yeah, I'm getting it.
Yep. Yeah, once you do it a couple times, it's real easy. You'll remember. So.
Thank you very much, Mark. It's just sometimes the simple things are just the ones that.
Well, yeah. Well,
I got
that's
more
why.
understandable things on basic things, and then for the basic things, I sometimes just I think I overthink it, and then I can't find it. So I get
Yeah.
overwhelmed with thinking about it.
It's all right. That's how we learn, right? You ask questions, you play around. Don't be afraid to click on anything. Just play around. But that one there is kind of it's hidden down there at the bottom, kind of not really hidden, but it is down there. It would be nice if they just had one button, and there may be, I don't know, one button to connect your account from paper to real. That would be a great thing if they had that. But I guess doing it that way, and now when you get your paper trading, it'll be a little green light next to the word paper trading to show that you actually have your live data. So anyway, yeah, it makes it better because you don't want to trade without live data. You'll be very frustrated because your candles are going to be 10 minutes behind. Unstable joke. How much did I leverage to make that 170? Well, it was fake money to start with. To buy one, now this is ES contracts. This is the equivalent of 10 micros. So to be able to trade one ES, I have to have $963.60 in my margin account. So uh, basically, that's all you have to say $1,000, right? To be able to trade one ES. Now you could trade one micro for $96.36, and it would have been a $17 instead of 170 or whatever this is shown here, right? But I'm trading the big boy ones, all right? So I could come in here, I could go long on this, right? Come in here, say I'm going to go long, click buy, all right? Bang, and I'm in. There's my stop loss. Slide that up. This is 3 contracts, so obviously this cost me almost $3,000, right? I had to have $3,000 in my contract because it's $963, right? Times 3. That's prices per contract that's quoted. So that's why you see those numbers come up. So it was 963, whatever pennies I said, 963.60 times 3. Okay, that wasn't on one contract. Sorry about that. Yeah, I wasn't thinking. I was doing 3s. So there it is. See, I can close this by, see how volatile this is at the end of the day? Look at that bouncing up and down, bouncing them. That's why you have to have a stop. Because this can pull down here real quick, just for a fraction of a second, and I'm losing my money. So I have a choice. I can either keep my stop a little wider and risk more of my account, or I can just leave my stop where I normally have it. So I can come up here and I can just fast as could be, I can click here and get out of this trade. As soon as that hits profit, lock in my profit. And if I want to re-enter, I can. And then again, this is a crazy time of the day to be trading. There's less than 3 minutes left. This thing could shoot to the moon. More likely it could sell off in a hurry. I would never, ever. Even Coach doesn't trade this time of the day because it can be very detrimental to your account. So never, ever trade this time of the day unless you're a super experienced trader and are very good with your mechanics. You don't have time to debate what you're going to do. It's an in and out, right? Kind of thing. You can see how much I'm down $200 on this trade right now, and it's dropping. If it comes down anymore, I'm going to lose 400, right? Again, this is fake money, but still, you got to trade. If you're going to paper trade, you want to treat it as a real account. I know it's not, but so I've told you about every day I say I never trade this time of the day because of this high risk situation. It's not in my wheelhouse to accept this kind of risk to my account. So hopefully that's good. So if you haven't already, make sure you go to AmericanDreamTrading.com and sign up for our free Discord. So I'm going to close with Coach's rules today. I do have to get out of here pretty much on time today. This will run maybe a minute or two over. Here's Coach's basic rules. If you can't follow these basic rules, you have no business trading. I thank everybody for being here today. Make sure you click subscribe, like, and share, and notify so that you don't miss it. We're here at the same time every day, 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern time, same bat channel. And I thank you all for being here. Make sure whoever you come in contact for the rest of the day that you try to make somebody smile and brighten up their day because you don't know what they're maybe going through right now. So here we go. I'm going to close with Coach's rules. Thank you for being here. See ya.
Some of the rules. Okay, perfect question. You're asking the right questions. I like it already. I'm new here. What are the rules? That's what I'm talking about. So again, right, some of the most basic rules so I can help you guys. Think about this. Stop losses on each and every trade. What does that do? Keeps you from losing your accounts, right? Not hard. Paper trade only when you're a new trader. It makes sure you're not blowing up your accounts. You're not obviously ready for this. Am I right? Think about it. Every rule I have is not make money. It's keep your money. Don't trade in the first 3 minutes or the last 8 minutes of the day. It's the hardest time of the day. I've been doing this 33 years. It's very hard. I get chopped up all the time and I'm like, ooh, it looks good. Oh, it looks good. Oh, I'm going to do it again. Oh, stop. I'm doing it to protect you, right? If you're a new trader, don't trade in the first 30 minutes because it is the most volatile, right? Until we get the shift change when volume comes in again at 10 o'clock. Because why? The very beginning is like this. Yo, 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 yo. Typically, after the first 30 minutes, it will try to decide which way do I want to go today. I'm avoiding you getting wrecked, right? Last hour of the day is power hour, high volume, hedge fund managers making the things happen, trying to get markets to move the way that they want. I'm telling you to stay out of it. So if you're like, well, I keep getting burned up, why are you doing it? Right? Journal. It's for your own mental strength so that you can see what you are doing on a daily, consistent basis. That's all it is for. Did I trade it right or did I trade it wrong? What should I have done? What could I do better? That is what it's for, right? It's your homework every day. You guys can go back and review your trades and go over your journal and what should I have done right there and why did that not work out? It will help you, right? You're strengthening your brain and you're getting rid of your own stuff. Small position sizes. I say that because usually when you go in too large, your emotions take over. You're not trading robotically. You're not trading the trades. You'll end up blowing up your accounts, right? That's when we make a lot of mental mistakes is all the difference was we're going in too big. Let the runners run and stop out the losers. Again, notice the stop part is the most important. Stop out the losers so you don't continue to lose money. If you find yourself in these bleed out sessions, oh, well, I hope. Oh, it's going to come back. Oh, we'll see. Oh, it's coming down to support. Oh, it broke that support. Maybe this next, oh, stop. Draw a line in the sand. Use the stop. And then when you guys go green, right? You're like, oh, I'm up 100. I'm taking that. That's my daily. That's what I told myself. That's what I told myself. If I can make 100, I'm going to take that. It could have turned into 2,000. Why are you taking 100? Let the runners run. I notice I never said take all the runners off the table. Never said that. I've never said that in my life. We use the shedding technique. We collect as it goes. We take off as it goes, because that way we are guaranteeing locking in realized profits. Remember, nothing is realized until you actually click, right, the sell button. All these rules are in place, ladies and gentlemen. They're there to help you. If you can't do these very basic things we talk about, right, how are you going to advance? Stop saying, woe is me. Stop saying, I don't get it. Stop saying, I'm not a good trader. I guess I'm never going to get it. Yeah, because you can't follow my basic rules. They're there for a reason. Again, follow the freaking rules, right? And listen, I know when I get on you guys, you know, I don't get to sell anything and I don't get to make any money. And it's just, I don't care. I need you guys to understand so that you guys can get ahead in life. This is what we're doing this for, right? So when I'm in this mode, right, and again, like, oh, I'm not listening to any of this. You need to listen to all this. This is where the secret sauce, this is the golden nuggets, not the, coach, just call out that runner. That isn't going to do you any good, right? It doesn't matter. There's 8 million people in this room. We could call out stuff all day long. You could just hear us shouting stuff. That isn't going to help anybody. If you don't know what to do with it, what good does it matter if one is up or one is down? That means nothing to anybody if you don't know how to handle it. You might get lucky and catch a momentum and you're like, oh, I'm a great trader, and you just keep getting out a million times. It's because it's been going in the same direction all damn day, right? Can you duplicate it? Can you recreate the process every day consistently? This is all about consistency, okay?